Yeah, so currently I'm in uh, Curry,
Canary Wharf.
Canary Wharf.
Yeah.
Yes, in London. This is a really luxurious place, And I saw a sign of a Jamaican spot where they sell patty. These are Jamaican cuisine, and I came across this Jamaican by the name of Marvin, and he told me stuff, and I would like to just get him on the platform to give you the correct understanding of making money online, offline, and have a positive influence on your life. So if it's the first time seeing this cute face, make sure you subscribe and you follow right through this video. Okay, Marvin, you told me you're a worker.
Yes, I'm a worker. I work for JD Sports, a retailer. I've been doing it for about 7 years or so. Yeah, I've been working there for quite a bit, and I've been working in location for about 15 years or so. Yes.
What have employment taught you about life?
Employment for me personally, responsibilities, because in life you need to be responsible to achieve something. So I think the fact of saying I have goals, dreams, and ambitions, things that I want to achieve. So I have to come out my comfort zone and walk on the planet and achieve something. Because if you just sit down, nothing comes to you.
Good.
Yes.
Also, you mentioned that you have a side hustle.
Yes, side hustle I have. Yeah.
What can you give us?
So my side hustle, I've been working since I was 16.
How old are you now?
I'm 38.
38.
Yes.
Any kids?
Not yet. But if I make the right candidate, I'm gonna open the curtains. No problem.
No worries.
Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah. So side hustle. Basically, since I was young, I've been putting money aside. I've been working since I was 16. So my mom and my dad, they give me an incentive to some properties and stuff, because my mom is from Zimbabwe and my dad is Jamaican. So basically, because the currency is kind of strong, they helped me with a couple properties in Zimbabwe and Jamaica, in both sides. I got two in Jamaica, and 5 in Zim. So since I was 16, I've been working, putting money aside, and my mom and my dad came up with an incentive of me just basically starting a little properties, developing properties and selling them on. But then as time went on, I actually didn't decide to sell them on. I just rented to people.
What was that? What you rent?
Properties like 5 houses. 5 houses I have.
Where in Jamaica?
In Harare, in Mountain View. Yes, I got 2 in Mountain View and 5 in Harare, which is in Zimbabwe.
Oh, okay. So Harare is in Zimbabwe.
Yes, that's where my mom is from. It's in Jamaica, yes.
Okay, but you're an entrepreneur, real estate.
Yeah, real estate. Yes.
So I wouldn't think that you're a real estate trader.
I know.
You're online.
Yes,
simple guys.
Yeah, that's what it's about. So personally, I think obviously, so especially being here, there's opportunities. So if you have opportunities, you obviously the system, we can never break away from it, but you can use it to benefit yourself. As I've been working and putting my money on the side there and there, I made enough to be able to build houses, as the British pound is strong anyway. So wherever you use it, it's much more. You get more for your money basically. So since I was young, that's what I've been doing. And now I'm working in JD Sports. But if it goes haywire, I don't have to rely on that, because I got other source of income. Because I don't want to stay in this system forever, just be trapped with one thing. No, the system can just crush any minute, and I'm stranded.
You're right.
So it's good to have something on the side, I think, anyway, for to be able to, what can I say, to benefit myself, benefit those that I love, and benefit the world in general, whoever I come across, what I think is kind-hearted enough for me to be able to help them. Because what's the point of being rich physically if you cannot influence people, if you cannot help people to become better people? A change comes from within. So by me being me, I hope I'm an example for whoever I meet. If not, then I'm gonna try my best to be me, because I think that's how the world works. The more you simplify it, the better it is. There's no need to complicate things. Simplicity for me personally is what makes the world go around, literally. But then sometimes we all need a little bit of motivation, a little bit of influence. We all influence each other in a different way, and there's always something positive you can pick up from somebody. Not everyone looks at things positively, but guess what? There's always positivity in somebody. Even if you go through some hard situations, it doesn't matter, because tomorrow can be like today. It takes months and weeks to make a year, not one day. So one day you might go through something difficult, but doesn't mean the other 364 days are going to be the same. So you have to keep going like a child. You drop, you get up, you keep going. One of those ones there.
Okay. You mentioned that you have properties in Zimbabwe and in Jamaica.
In Jamaica, yes.
Real estating.
How was that for you? It's beautiful, man. I'm not gonna lie, because I've always liked to have something tangible, something that I can fall back on. That's why I started working from very young. Basically, I'm going to be honest with you, I started working on 14. I was being paid illegally anyway. I was doing like some type of burgers and stuff behind the scenes, getting cash in your hand. But then when I got to 16, I got my first job in Subway, which was like in Walthamstow, it's in London, Walthamstow. And then from there, one thing led to another. My parents say, listen, we know that you're especially my mom, because she looked after me a lot. She's like, we know that you're responsible, So anything you want to do, I'm gonna back you. As long as you keep yourself out of trouble, you keep working. So I moved out when I was 17 and a half. I moved out. I had my own land, my own little studio flat. I moved out straight away, focused on myself, and then obviously since then that's all I've been doing. And like you said, if a nice woman comes across, then yeah,
This is a real entrepreneur, man. And I could never tell by just looking at the guy.
Of course.
Okay.
Of course, man.
The properties that you have in Zimbabwe, are they like apartments, single homes?
Single homes, yes, single homes.
Okay, how much you make a year from that?
Oof, I would say
In pounds, maybe.
in pounds. I would say in pounds, roughly 60k
60K per year.
per year. Yes,
That's good.
per year, per year.
Some okay, in Jamaica.
And currently in Jamaica, I would say roughly almost the same. That's like 40k I make.
Per year,
Per year,
pounds.
yes,
Okay,
yeah.
good.
And then I'm also right now working in a project in Zim for an orphanage. Yes, I'm opening up.
What's up? What's up?
An orphanage is for basically for kids that back home, because in my mom's country there's a lot of kids that are basically homeless, and because their parents died very young, whatnot. So there's a lot of homeless kids in Harare, in my mom's city, where their parents died of HIV and stuff. So an orphanage basically caters for people that are homeless, kind of thing. So I'm currently working on that project right now. That's exactly what I'm trying to open up. And this orphanage is basically when I have like I'll say 50 kids per time, and there's gonna be people working there. Most people are gonna be working there helping orphanage are gonna be my relatives. Yes, yeah. And then when everything is running, I'm gonna get in touch with you so we can expose the whole thing. When I go back home as well to check it, you can come as well.
In Jamaica or in Zimbabwe?
Both sides, yeah. But then the orphanage is in Zim. I'll pay for your ticket. You can come as well.
Thank you.
You can come as well to see for you with your own eyes.
Now, all the best to you in your real estating in Zimbabwe and in Jamaica. Regarding your real estating in Zimbabwe, how do you keep a renter happy? How do you keep that people coming back, or is it a yearly basis or a monthly?
Yeah. So basically, the renting is on a yearly basis, so they can choose to move or not. But most of the people that are renting, where the things I'm renting, they've been there for about 5-6 years because they're loyal. They wanna stay there, whatnot. In the future, I'm not gonna lie. If everything is fine and I think I want to sell off one or two, I might sell off one or two. It just depends on me, to be honest with you. But me, it's also on a rental. It's on a yearly basis. But I get my rent every month. Every month.
So the contract is yearly,
1 year,
but they pay you monthly.
Monthly, exactly. And then obviously, if after 1 year, if they want to keep on going, then they can keep going. No issues there.
If a customer was to come and request an apartment or that building from you,
Yes.
what mindset they should have in dealing with a businessman like you? What
Okay.
suggestions would you?
Personally, like I said, simplicity. As long as you're in a position where you think you're capable enough to pay for the property, and not just that, because we're human beings, things do happen sometimes. You might lose someone, money, or might go somewhere else. As long as you're open about the situation that you find yourself in case things get difficult, that's all I like. I like just people that are simple and open and very and easy to communicate with, because like I said, I'm not too perfect. One day I'm here, one day I'm not here anymore. So things can happen that can make your life a little bit unstable, and when that occurs, I'm looking for someone that's open, that's very simple, and that's honest. Honesty always goes a long way, because obviously there's no need to sugarcoat something if you're going through adversities. Just say it how it is, and that way it's easy to deal with the situation, I think.
If you were to go back, say 15-20 years ago,
Yeah.
would you have changed your business ideas and go into a different field?
I'm not gonna lie, up to today I'm still learning. I'm not gonna lie, that you never stop learning. So but I'm happy because I picked just one which seemed to work, and then from there, obviously being 38, I can branch into other things. Like I said, I'm going into orphanages. I must start other little things, side houses on the side, build wells. You know, like back home in my mom, especially my mom's location. There's places where people struggle for water and stuff. So there's enough. Not to say anything. Every government can always do better. But then I believe the government doesn't start with these people. It starts with us, because a lot of us come here to get educated and stuff. But then we don't take anything back. I'm only benefiting here because I'm working here so much. But then in the same time, all the skills that you get, you should also take them back home, because I think everyone is skilled enough, but opportunities are not the same for everyone, because different locations. That's what I'm trying to say. Here is a place full of opportunity. Take it and develop where you come from. That way, we can at least bridge the gap between so-called third world countries and so-called first world countries. Because personally, I'm not going to lie to you, being also African, I've recognized obviously Africa is the mother of everything and it's very, very rich. But then the only problem is that infrastructure is not developed as much as it should, because like I said, governments can always do better. But then our people as well, when they come over here, sometimes they don't go back to build their own thing. No one's gonna do it for us. I can be waiting for man in heaven for 10,000 years, it won't come because the man is on the ground already. You're not gonna see the man up there when you don't respect people from within. So the love from God starts from within us as well. So we need to have love for each other. And I know things have happened, whatever things happen, but then we can use that as an excuse not to love each other. You know, you always have an opportunity to do better, and it starts with us personally, I think, anyway. So you keep looking forward, be positive, surround yourself with like-minded people, and don't be very, very encouraged to go through something that you might not be happy with, because sometimes success comes in the most difficult areas where you think like you're never going to be successful. Your mind tells you, okay, cool, it's too difficult. But then if you don't actually put your foot in the door, how are you gonna know? You know, you need to put your foot, you need to go out of your comfort zone sometimes to achieve things there and there. Because when I was younger, I'm not gonna lie, I'm not perfect, but I've always tried to look at life with a nice outlook, because at the end of the day, I'm lucky to be alive. I'm lucky to have this physical body I can use to move around. You know what I mean? I got 2 eyes working, 2 hands working. Not everyone is lucky enough to do that. So why am I gonna sit back and will about things? No, things happen. Okay, cool, no problem. Remember what happened and change what you wanna change. The people say forget and forgive. No, because when you forget, things can repeat. So you have to remember what happened and be the change you want to see in the world. And for those people, obviously, that need forgiving, they don't really need too much forgiving in life anyway, because at the end of the day, what you do follows you. You just do what's right for you, your kids, your family, and benefit the world in general. Because at the end of the day, like I said, we're visitors in this world. I'm just looking through a window. I might be lucky enough to look through this window till I'm 90, maybe till I'm 50, but I'm grateful of that. You know, simple things that make the world go around, I think. But never stop believing in your dreams, no matter what. That's one thing. I can tell you can do this, you can do that, but the only one that can truly believe and make that reality real is yourself, I think, anyway, from what little small things I've learned.
Now, all the best in your business again.
Yeah.
Now, what advice would you give someone who is like in their 20s and they're hoping to start a real estate venture in Zimbabwe and in Jamaica?
Okay. All right. When it comes to that, basically, okay, if you want to start both sides, I would say the best thing to do is research the market first, research the locations in Zimbabwe, and see, before you even go there, see what's the best location for you to go and do your rent. And also, not even that, like I said, because I met you, we're going to talk more, I'll open up a little bit more my businesses and stuff, and then if I can help others to be able to get in that position, that's the main thing. And also having an investing mind. You need to be willing to invest, because sometimes for you to get something better, you need to put something in. So if you work hard enough and you put you play your coins enough, eventually, if you, God willing, you're alive and good health, it will come back to you. You just gotta be willing to sacrifice a bit of your own time to achieve something. You know, just like growing up, you know, you grow up, you crawl, you get up, you start walking properly. All that, those are stages of achievement. Just like life, so you need to look at things a little bit positively. And like I said, it can't be bright all the time. Sometimes you're gonna get great days, but then those great days should be your footsteps to success. Literally, yes. You know, that's how I look at it. I think basically people say, "Oh, the sky is the limit." No, I think the sky is a springboard. It's a springboard. It's not limiting nothing. The fact of saying you can see it, what else can you achieve in life? And believe in yourself. The main thing is to believe in yourself. Believe.
This is a master class you're giving us.
For real, because you yourself is inspiring me. I can't inspire myself. It's impossible. You need where there's a left, there's a right. Whether it's my mom, whether it's my brother, whether it's my sister, whether it's you, we have to look at each other in the right way. And also, don't be shy to learn from everyone, because everyone is got something they can teach you. Whether you agree or don't disagree, it makes you wiser. And in that way, when you learn from everyone, you can then choose what's right for you. What's right for you, because what might be right for me might not be right for someone else. So how do we get in the middle? In the middle is just to accept them for there and see if it works for you or not. And if it doesn't, change it. That's the thing. And if it doesn't work, it's a sign from the universe, from God, from basically from yourself, that you can do a little altering. But then, because like I say, what's the point of trying to climb stairs and you can't put your foot on the next stair and keep on bumping on the same one? No, you're supposed to raise your foot a bit higher so they can go a little bit more. Bit by bit. It doesn't have to be perfect, but 1% per day helps a lot. There's no way I started like this. No, I had to work on myself. But then I don't like to be a victim. I don't like this victim nonsense, because I believe, yes, in life you might not get the perfect start, no problem. But at the same time, once you part of it, you have choice, freedom of choice. it's the most important thing that we've been given by the creator or the universe, by our parents. Because that alone, it means you can either sit there and say, oh, the world is like this, I'm a victim, or be the change that you want to see. Even the freaking trees, they change every day. It's seasonal because everything is progressive. But then if you look at nature, you see, I see myself as well, because everything that comes, whether it's winter or summer or whatnot, there's fruits that have been bad. So if that's the same for them, how is it not the same for me? You know what I mean? So the victim card, I don't really play it too much. Yes, I've been through a lot of difficult situations in my life, but at the same time, those things help define my observation of what I want in my life. But at that moment, I didn't see it because you're thinking, oh my God, everything is shaking and whatnot there and there. But then when you become a little bit more wiser, because obviously wisdom comes with experience as well. It always does. Because me, I'm going to talk to someone that's younger than me. Sometimes it's difficult to meet them in the center because they're younger than me. But then I realize they have their own journey to follow. So I can give them advice and wisdom, but then they need to walk through certain things for it to make sense to them. So you have to give people a chance to be able to grow for themselves as well. I think, anyway, personally.
How can you develop your real estating in Zimbabwe?
Okay, that good question. Because like I was saying, I'm starting the orphanage. Okay, which I want to start to help the homeless kids who are not there and them, and then hopefully meet some honest people, and then from the orphanage, I'm thinking after the orphanage, I can probably start doing B&Bs, little B&Bs. People, like you say, people want to visit from abroad, they want to come and see the location and stuff. After that, that's my next ambition. After I've done the orphanage, is the B&B, and then from there, like I said, see where it goes. Just keep going, really, and from there, from that location, once the B&Bs work, then boy, obviously settle down, have someone that I can pass that information to, because obviously it's pointless to have a fruit to myself. Seeds are there to share, you know. So once I get in a position where hopefully meet someone that respects me from being a human being, not for being black or being white or none of that stuff, or being this way, that way, no, just respect me as a man and as a human being, then I'll take more risks, because for now I'm doing it for myself. But then when the Pitney them come over, then boy, it's different.
The Pitney.
It's different.
Now you mentioned that you're an employee and you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
How do you keep a balance with employment and entrepreneurship?
Okay, so for me personally, because I don't want to sit at home, man. Yeah,
You're busy all the time.
Come out. Yeah, I like to come out. I'm not gonna lie. I love coming out, because I think coming out is a definition of freedom. We're not born just to stay in one location. We're supposed to be free. It's just a shame that the world is not as peaceful as it should be, because as a human being, it's my divine right to be able to walk everywhere peacefully and enjoy the time I've been given on this planet to enjoy. But slowly but surely, things collectively will get better. Individually, there's nice people, you know how it goes, there's always good people everywhere, but then sometimes the institutes should be a little bit better to make it more freer for people. You know, like the birds, when they fly, they don't need no passport, man. You know, I mean, we call them animals, but they got more freedom than us. Everything that means you need, we pay for this, we pay for that. Okay, no problem, I don't mind paying for it. But then where's the benefit? What's the benefit of that when people in some locations are not living peacefully? You know what I mean? So I think charity truly starts at home. It truly starts at home. So we have to kind of collectively, we have to kind of make it easy for each other to be able to do things across the planet, really. Because for me, like I said, everyone is a foreigner in this world. That's it, man. This thing I'm wearing is just a jacket that I'm wearing. One minute I'm wearing this physical body. This physical body is just a jacket that I'm wearing. And in that jacket does not define me, but it gives me an opportunity to be able to experience things. So always remember, you're the one that's wearing the jacket. So when things become technical, where you get people telling you can't do this, you can't do that, look at things from within. And everything that you need to know is always within yourself. And then also, like I said, don't be shy to also take inspiration from others as well. Because like I said, like for me to stand up tall, I had to get some food. My mom had to pick me up when I drop and this and that, you know what I mean? Like everyone needs each other basically. And don't be shy, like I said, don't be shy to come out of your comfort zone to be able to achieve things. So yeah, so from them, I would say from orphanage, my next move is bed and breakfast. Yes, that's my
restaurant.
Yeah, you bed and breakfast. Because also, do you know what's so funny? Because when I was younger, like I told you, I used to do some burgers and that when I was 14, 15. That's what I used to do. So I have a lot of restaurant experience, because from Subway, second job I done is here in Canary Wharf as well. I was a host, so I used to work in the kitchen. I used to work in a restaurant. I used to work basically like in rooms, setting up rooms and stuff. So I'm a qualified chef in three divisions: commis chef, sous chef and a pastry chef. I got all those qualifications as well. That's something I just took for the side just to cover myself. Why not? So in the future, that's something I would have to invest in a bread and breakfast. Yes, bread and breakfast. And then,
So you believe in diversifying your skills, right?
yeah. Absolutely.
But they also said, it's a word of wisdom that, what they say, a jack of a trade of all. What's the word? I forgot.
The jack of trade.
Jack of trade and a perfect of none. I forgot the saying.
Yep.
But how do you? I don't know. How do you keep that together, or do you believe in that statement, or you diversify?
Yes, because I personally think nothing is set on concrete. Things can change, circumstances change, things happen. You can go through a difficult situation and your head goes. So personally, it's not good to just hang on onto one thing. It's good to have your options open to other things in case if something happens, you won't be stuck in one location. It's always good to diversify. That's why, for example, in the animal kingdom, how many different birds there are?
Many.
Yeah, different diversity. Yes, some of them do different things, whatnot, but they're diverse in their own way. How many human beings on this planet? So much different diverse. Yeah, so for me, diversity is a lesson from the universe itself. If you can't see like that, not for some people, they only see themselves in the situation. But like I said, they forget that we're foreigners in this world. Yeah, not foreigner in this country, no, foreigner to this world. So if you're not holding on to your passport, have the original passport, which you truly are from within, kind of thing. So diversity is the music of the universe for me. Absolutely.
Any pros and cons in doing real estate in Jamaica?
You know what? There is pros and cons.
In Jamaica.
In Jamaica, yes, of course there is, because it's, I know sometimes people, just in general in life, sometimes people, like I said, are not open and honest about situations. That's the thing. That's the only thing, because as I might not be there and my father's there and stuff, he keeps an eye on the situation, but sometimes people in general are not honest about what they're going through. For example, people will say, "Mama, all rent for 5 months or 6 months." You lose somebody, you want to pay for your gravestone, this and that. Okay, cool, it's understandable. But then be honest about it. That's the pros and cons when you're not in a location. You need to have trustworthy people to keep an eye. Similar situation with my mom as well, because my mom, she got a sister, and basically my sister, my auntie, works in South Africa, and she was sending money to someone to build something back home, but she wasn't seeing that what was being done there. She was just seeing some pictures, and when she went back home to look at her stuff, the lady that she's been giving money to for about 40 years vanished.
40 years.
40 years. She vanished, and the house that was there was not even in my auntie's name. So that's what I'm trying to say to you about trust. You know,
That's messed up, man.
It's messed up, bro. It's messed up. That's what I'm trying to say to you.
How do you do it? You're in the UK working as an employee, but you have properties in Zimbabwe and Jamaica. How do you manage the two entities?
Yeah, it's just trustworthy people.
Oh, you have trustworthy.
Yes, trustworthy people. You need your base to be solid. Otherwise, like I said, that's the most difficult thing. When you don't have trustworthy people, they can say anything to you and don't know what's happening. But then trustworthy people will tell you what's happening and they'll be honest with you. And trustworthy people usually don't care about the material gains that you have. They just care about helping you. And people like that, I'll give them everything. Because at the end of the day, you like my second eye, where I can see. And the second eye as well is useful all the time. So for me, trust goes a long way. You need to be able to trust people. But then what I realize, if you meet people that are not so mentally strong, or that are not, basically, what can I say, they don't have the capacity to believe in their own dreams, sometimes those type of people are the ones that are more likely to run away with something, and they make that privilege a short term, when I could have helped you even a little bit more. Why take something that's temporary when it can help you forever? But then, like I'm trying to say to you, you have to suss out the character of people. And most of the people that are obviously that are saying trust with the people are my relatives. I know, so if they run somewhere, this and that, I'll be able to trace them up and stuff. But then that's the whole point of knowing good people. Some of them, yes, they might not be born in the same family as me, but I see them as my relatives too, because they're in the same situation that I'm in, just trying to succeed. So we have to help each other. Honesty, trustworthy, and also being positive. That's what I see in a person. And then if I'm not getting that back, then obviously red flags everywhere. I need to be able to trust you just as a human being, because money comes and goes. And like I said, even if I give you that little 30, 40k or 20k and stuff, and you run away with it, what's the point? Because you lose a little bit more than you'd have gained in the whole run. You know, short time thrills don't last. And then before you know it, you'll be doing the same thing over and over again to get that money. So I think being trustworthy is the most important thing.
Yes. Now, you mentioned that you have family in Jamaica and in Zimbabwe. Yes. Would you employ a family member in your business in Jamaica or in Zimbabwe?
Both. Yeah, both, definitely.
Family members.
Yeah, family members. As long as they're willing, obviously, to support the cause, and they also have their own dream things that they want to follow, no problem. Because at the end of the day, I believe we're here to look after each other, man. Absolutely. And like I said, even if you do something wrong to a man or to a woman, it's not for me to judge. What goes around comes around. It might not affect you personally, but you get keys, something will follow you somehow. So because I'm a big believer in karma. There's no left. That's why you got a left foot and a right foot. The karma of the left foot is the right one. The karma of the right is the left one. So anything you do in life, there's always something that follows you. So for me personally, yes, I would definitely employ my family, which I have already. I got family members working for me as well, definitely, because I find a little bit more trust in them. And then if they invite someone over to work in the business, whatnot, I would also give them a chance, because for you to recommend someone, they have to be very similar to you. We need to help each other out in life. I'd rather lose money than a friend. Money comes and goes. That's how it is, man. Sometimes you take a risk, doesn't work. Sometimes you take a risk, it works. But then meeting true people that are kind-hearted, there's no money to that. There's no money.
How do you keep a balance with professionality and employment of a relative or a family member?
Yes.
How you
Okay.
keep?
Okay. So for me, like I said, if I employ a family member, they have to make sure they have their own dreams and goals and desires. Because obviously you're working for me, but at the same time, what do you want to do for yourself as well? Because money's going in the pocket, no problem. But then do you have things that you want to achieve as well? So being professional for me personally will also be trying to help them achieve what they want to achieve. Whether it's building a house, whether it's looking after their kids, or whether it's putting their kids in the most expensive school. That's for me personally. That's the mindset that makes it easy for me to be able to give someone an opportunity. I always ask that to everybody. Okay, cool. You're working, no problem. But what do you want for yourself? Yeah, it's not just living in the moment or reacting to paying the bills. No. You know, it's supposed to be a seed that you plant on the ground, and the tree comes out. The fruits come out. We pick them up, and when you pick them up, we share them around. And when you share them around, you plant the freaking seeds again. Everything is progressive. So you need to have like a progressive type of mindset. So like you said, that's the difference between being professional and being human. It is just a job. And me personally, I think profession is defined by people. A job does not define me. It never does. It's the fact of saying I'm a human being. I can achieve something, and then I create a certain situation where I can achieve something, and but that situation I actually have created doesn't define me. Like for example, like I was saying about nature. Nature itself expresses itself in so many forms, but the definition of nature is not coming from what nature looks like. No, it's the work itself. The fact of saying things are progressive. When things are progressive, then it makes it easy to see what's right and what's not right. You know, there's affiliates and friends, and obviously human beings that we care for. So for me, many people will like you because you have a lot to share and whatnot, but then not many people stand with you when you can't put one of your legs on top of the stairs. Not many people will stand with you. So for me, that's the balance. You need to be able to define your own world as well. You need to be able to. So when I ask anyone for employment, I ask them, what's your dreams? What dreams do you have? Oh, I haven't thought of it. Why not? Okay, if not, then I check ideas for you. Oh, what do you like? What's your passions? Do you play football? Do you do betting? You know, there's always something that someone can do. There's always something you can do to benefit yourself in the long run. But then, like I said, you have to want the change. So the balance for me between being professional and being human is just the fact of saying you are the master of your own world. And being the master of your own world is obviously done because we're in a space to experience that. So obviously give thanks to the Most High for the opportunity that I've got to be able to experience all of it. But at the same time, I believe there's a mother, son, and a child. So the Holy Spirit for me is not a father, son, and what? No, it's the fact you're saying you yourself is an extension of that energy. You yourself is energy of the extensions. But then most people give that energy to buildings. You know what I mean? What's the point of going in a building when there's people that hungry outside your building? Don't make no sense. I see a lot of people praying, and they come out, there's homeless people, they just walk past them. So who are you actually praying to when you're not leaving those footsteps that you say you believe in? You know what I mean? So I believe in this holy temple that we've been given as human beings, that is the most sacred thing that you ever get in this lifetime. So if you're gonna use it, you can't be preaching to me about tomatoes in my garden, and in your garden you got weapons that you're gonna sell to people. You know what I mean? Make sure there's freaking flowers in your garden, and then that way I can take you seriously. That's what that we live in these days, where people believe in something, but then they don't live that reality. You have to live. A tree doesn't live on belief. It comes out, weather changes, it changes up, and then when weather gets better, fruits come out. That's not a belief. That's a reality. So we have to be progressive and also do things for people. Because for me, how I look at it these days, yeah, all religion, for me personally, they say the same thing. Their concepts of spirituality, which need to be brought on the same table to make sense of things. To make sense of things. But then we live in a world where people are more stuck up on the jumper. Oh, I'm Muslim. Okay, cool. It's a Gucci t-shirt. Oh, I'm Christian. Oh, it's a Nike t-shirt. That's all wrong. That's all wrong. Them temples need to be destroyed completely. I completely agree. So I fully believe. Also know that you've been given the right to be the master of your world. Like I said, no child is born walking. You're gonna drop. You're gonna hug onto something. But guess what? The thing about children, they never stay on the ground. But then when you get older, we'll forget that side of things, and we'll let things get to us a little bit more than they're supposed to. So you meant to, yes, be professional, but still maintain that childlike type of energy within yourself, because that's why we're here. Hence why I'm saying we're foreigners in this world. Because if I was an adult forever, I believe in forever. But why do I have to cross over to make sense of certain things? Because it's a temporary space we've been given to be able to do good things for ourselves, for others, and to help the world in general, holistically. Between me and you, big bro. Between me and you, it's all love, you know. Love,
but this is like a master class. It even gets me thinking about my own business and my own mindset. Okay, okay.
I'm definitely gonna link up with you.
Any last thoughts for the general people? Youngsters and general.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna say, I love this man here because. So I'm gonna say I love this man here. He came to me in a nice way, not just that, embraced me as a brother, openly, truthful, unapologetic, and is real. Because I fully believe, we carry reality within ourselves. So what I would say for everyone, young, old, alike, everyone, blue, green, it doesn't matter. Believe in your dreams. Know that you might not get the same start as some people might get, but guess what? What you achieve is not based on what someone else goes through. You have the sacred flame within yourself as well. And because and also try your best to cultivate the fire within somebody other than bend them on their feet. It's not the same thing. Because everyone has got fire within them, but then sometimes we all need a little motivation to stoke that within ourselves. And I think people respond that a little bit better when you light the fire within themselves other than under their feet. That's what I think. So to the general masses, yeah man, keep the life going, and remember, make use of this passport that we call the human body. It's a beautiful one. Wherever you come from, it doesn't matter. And also for people that are Jamaican and Zimbabwean Africans, remember what defines you is not the passport thing. It's the fact the sun is beautiful, and he gave birth to us to have this thing here. Any men that come to define us, they don't know anything about being godly. Godliness exists within ourselves. So anything you're gonna achieve out there, remember it's already within yourself. And don't be shy to come out of your comfort zone, because sometimes the deeper you go in the water, the more achievement there is. On the surface you can't see too much. It's just a reflection. But to catch a fish, you gotta go inside. Absolutely. So thank you so much. And to my brother here, Marlon, I appreciate you.
Yes, okay. Thank you for the master class. This is like a month's lesson he just gave to us. Marvin, okay? So guys, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Comment below your best takes on the video, and let's keep in touch.
And that party is for you.
Okay.
For you.
Okay, no worries. Thanks. Okay, bye-bye everyone.
Peace and love.